Hello, YouTube family. Welcome back to Simz Vidz for another video. I am Simone. Before I get into this video, I first want to say thank you so much to my subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But what I want you to do before I get into the video is, if you are watching this far, please push that subscribe button. It costs nothing to subscribe. I'm seeing I'm getting the views. I would like the subscribers to match the views. My analytics are telling me that you guys are enjoying the videos. So please subscribe. It costs nothing. And not only do I want you to subscribe, I would love to hear your comments. I would love for you to share and like the videos as well. So today's video, I'm gonna have to rehash some memories. This one is going to be about friendships, what friendships has done to me. And I may do more than one part to this, depending on how this video goes. I'm gonna talk about two friends. Well, I thought they were friends. And just the betrayal that they put me through. And I have to say, before I get into the story, I've had more betrayal with friends than actual positive experiences. And I'm a type of friend, scratch that, I'm just a type of person. I'm a ride or die type of person. If I know I can help you, I'm gonna try my very best. But what I've learned is, just because I think that way doesn't mean others are going to think that way. And it's unfortunate, because if you consider yourself a friend, I think that the respect should go both ways. So enough about that, enough with that rambling. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna go back to my high school days. Yeah. So in high school, I was very popular. And it's not to say that I was really doing anything to get the attention of people, but I used to dance, and I'm still quite the dancer. I ran track. I modeled. So let's start, and I'm not going to say any names. I'm just going to tell the story as is. So I'm going to start with a girl who I thought was a friend, but truly, in my eyes, now that I look at it, truly she was an enemy. And you'll understand why I'm saying that now once I tell you the story. So this girl, I knew her for a while. And as I said, in school, people gravitated to me. I think it was because of my character. I didn't feel that I had to put on a show for anyone. I always tell people, even up to this day, what you see is what you get. I don't feel that I need to prove myself to anyone. If you know me as a person, you know what I'm talking about. Let's just keep it like that. So anyways, this girl, she came into my friend circle. In high school, I had a lot of friends, lots. And I noticed that when certain things would happen, she would try to like downplay it. No, I thought nothing of it. It is what it is. Some people are going to be 100% there for you, and then some people just aren't. So anyways, I started really getting into my modeling at this point in time. And it when I got into it, it was very hard because I was doing school fashion shows. I was trying to get a good agency that could represent me because at the time I did not have an agency. I was actually seeking an agency. So around this time, there was a potential agency that it was a possibility. And I was getting headshots done. I actually auditioned for one commercial. What else? They were preparing me for go-sees, which are in-person interviews. Just a whole lot was going on at this point. So I kept it quiet because I didn't want to jinx myself. But then when it came out, this girl, I noticed, started to hate more. And as I said, I really did not take her on. But this girl, she tried to make my life a living hell. She really did. She was going around telling people I was lying about being a model, that I was lying about my father being with the Mighty Diamonds. And if you watch the last video, you will get the gist of that story. People who knew me would know certain parts of my personal life. But for the most part, I kept a lot of things to myself. I didn't trust people. I just kept certain things to myself, and for good reason. So yeah, this girl was just going around telling people a whole bunch of nonsense about me. But the thing about it is, what I've noticed, people will always come back and tell me what people are saying about me. I never had to drill anyone. I never had to come out and say, oh, I heard that such and such. Never. People would just come and say, hey, Simone, you don't deserve what this individual is saying about you, and I think you should know. And then they would go into it. So this girl was really, 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 really tainting my image. But you want to know what? Because I knew my truth, I didn't feel I had anything to prove. So I left her alone. But what I did do is I started to put distance between her and myself. People would try to get us together, like if we were going out. Oh, we're going to invite this person. And as soon as I would hear that, I would back away. Say, no, I'm not up for that. Because why would I want to hang out with someone who is just telling blatant lies on me? No. It came to a point where I really had to put distance between me and this person because I was realizing this person was not for me, really was not for me. So, as time went on, and this went on for years, as time went on, certain people was realizing that I just did not want to have nothing to do with this person. And there was even this one person that was trying to talk me into, people change. She was young, give her a chance. But my whole thing is, show me who you are and I will believe you. And she showed me so many times who she was, and I just did not want to be around her energy. I didn't. There was a time where she would just even make up things about me. And what was hurtful in that situation is some people was actually starting to believe what she was saying. When I saw that people were starting to act differently towards me, I just pulled away. Pulled away completely. I shut it down. I just pulled myself away because who needs that in their life? To this day, this individual, whenever she sees me out in public, and the sad thing is, we are associated with people and we do cross paths. But honestly, when I see her presently, I pretend as if I don't know her. I do not need drama. I don't need that type of drama where people are just coming at me for no reason. I did nothing to this individual. Nothing. So that was situation number one. Situation number two, this one caught me off guard. I thought that this individual was a good person, that their intent was pure. And I had to find out the hard way this person did not have my best interests at hand. And to put insult to injury, this person knew the first person that I spoke about. We were all in the same circle. So what hurt me with this person is there was a situation where, as I said, I was very popular. And I would be all over the place. I would go to different events, different functions, and I would invite people along with me. Why not share what you're going through with friends? At least that's the type of person I am. So I invited this other individual to an event with me, and I knew a lot of people that were in the DJing industry, female and male. So a friend of mine was having an event, and I invited this girl who I thought was a friend. Now, the differences between her life and my life is she got married young. I was not married. I was not in a relationship at the time. I was just doing Simone. Anyways, so this girl came to the event with me, and there was a lot of people there that I didn't see in a while, and it was good seeing them. This person ended up meeting a male. And I thought nothing of it at first, because you go to places, you meet people, you mingle. That's what I thought it was. Well, little did I know is they exchanged numbers, and even after the event, they were communicating, which I did not know. I had no clue. One day, I get a phone call from this individual's husband. And he says to me, I know that you and so are tight, and I love the friendship that you guys have, but oh, you could have done me so. So he's asking me, how could I do him like that? And I had no idea what this man was talking about. And I said to him, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then he said to me, did you and so, did you guys not go to an event a week and a half ago? And I said, yeah. Well, since then, I'm noticing that she's always on the phone, she's disappearing, and mind you, people, this girl had a child at the time. So keep that in mind. So I said to the person, I said to her husband, I had no idea what he was talking about. Yeah, we went to the event, we saw old friends, we mingled, we enjoyed ourselves. We had fun, because that's what you do when you go out, right? Well, to my surprise, this girl told her husband that I introduced her to this male, and I was encouraging her to have a relationship. And she was telling me, oh, but I'm married. And I was saying, what your husband does not know will not hurt him. People, for those of you who actually know me, know I would never. In my family, people who went down that married path is still there. In my family, there is not one person who is married who end up getting a divorce. In my family, we believe to work out our issues. Just because you have a disagreement for something, you don't have to run to the divorce lawyer. You work out your issues. You took vows. And when you're taking vows, you need to take those vows serious. And I believe in that. So, as I said, those of you who know me know I would never do something like this. Thankfully, because this girl's husband knew the type of person that I am, he didn't believe. Thank God. But he wanted to hear my side of the situation. So I told him exactly what happened. We went to the event. We saw old friends. I did see her speaking to an individual, thought nothing of it. And I had no clue as to what was going on after the fact. I had nothing to do with what was going on. This girl apparently was telling her husband so many lies so she can go and commit her adultery. And you want to know what? Simone don't play that. I would never encourage someone to cheat on their significant other, especially if you're married. Never. But as I said, thankfully, her husband knew my character and knew she was lying. But for his peace of mind, he still needed to speak with me. And you want to know what? I wasn't mad over that. I really wasn't. At least he gave me the opportunity to tell him exactly what happened. And truthfully, I really don't know what happened with their relationship. I know that over time they did end up separating, but because of that situation, I kind of started distancing myself from her. And then to put more hurt to the situation, the first individual which I spoke about, her and that person were constantly speaking negative things about me, things that were not true. So when it came back to me, because again, as I said, things will always come to me. So when I realized what was going on with these two so-called friends, I just cut them off. And I started realizing, wow, just because my heart is pure in any situation that I put myself in, whether it be a friendship, a relationship, or even working with people. When I work with people, I'm a fair worker. When I am in a relationship, I am loyal. When I have a friendship, I will have your back. But I'm realizing that with these two individuals, no, they truly weren't my friends. What I've come to learn is you have friends for a season. And these two individuals were definitely friends for the season. And moving forward, it's been quite a while that I've not talked to these individuals, but you want to know what? So be it. They're doing their thing, I'm doing mine, and it's all good. Sometimes we think that because what we do for people is going to do back in return for us, and it doesn't always happen that way, unfortunately. So if you're a person with a clean heart and you're constantly just getting backstabbed by people, I think it's time that you just step back and just evaluate the whole situation. Because friendships should not be about betrayal, hurt, lies. It shouldn't. A friendship should be equal. You have my back. I will have yours. You do for me, I will do for you. Whenever you're going through something, you're there for each other. 50-50. So with these two individuals, I really did learn my lesson. And these are not the only two individuals that I've had situations with. Maybe I'll do another part to this video. We'll see. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. You've watched the video this far, not subscribed? What are you waiting for? Push that subscribe button. Comment, like, and share. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next video.